going to be huge. It's called the Big on Bloor Festival, and we have curators from the Big on Bloor Festival. Carla, Garnet is here, and Rotem Yaniv is here as well. And it's going to be bigger and better than ever, right?
Yes.
How many years has the Big on Bloor Festival been running now?
Well, officially on Bloor Street since 2007. So we're coming up on, what's that, our 7th year?
Yeah. Now, you told me earlier that you're a longtime resident of the area. How has the festival impacted the neighborhood and the community?
Okay, well, the Bloor Lansdowne neighborhood, up until very recently, has been understood as a neighborhood at risk. It has been a neighborhood that's received a lot of new Canadians, but also Canadians who have been underemployed, and with that comes all different kinds of social problems. So Diane Marie is really the figurehead who has spearheaded Big on Bloor. She's worked with the Bloordale BIA to get support behind the Big on Bloor Festival, as well as the city politicians. And by closing the street off to cars on an annual basis and also doing a number of different kinds of cultural initiatives, she's given the city an awareness of the Bloor Lansdowne neighborhood, and with that improved the social quality.
Cool. We're going to talk about the stuff you've brought here in a second. Tell me a little bit about the art festival that's taking place during the Big on Bloor.
Okay, so I'm curating what's called the BAAF, which is the Big Alternative Art Fair that nests within the larger Big on Bloor Festival. So the festival itself is a little bit like a street bazaar. It happens July 19th and 20th, or the third weekend of July annually. And all different kinds of people come out to sell their wares or tell you about their projects. But the BAAF includes work that's specifically performance and participatory.
Oh, cool.
So there's a number of projects that are featured. Artists include Andrew Owen, Veronica Abramica, Clay and Paper Theatre, Tom Dean, Diane Marie herself. Mammalian Diving Reflex comes in and grabs the kids off the street to play socialist games.
Socialist games?
Yes.
That sounds like fun.
They are. We have Pamela Matheru, who comes up from the Scarborough end of town with her young collective called Boner Kill, which of course gets everybody a little bit nervous. We have the Music Gallery actually commissioning new compositions and new music that will be performed on stage, and many other things.
Oh, sounds so fun. Well, it looks very interesting, and this is all part of what you're calling the Card Yard, right, Rotem? What is this?
Card Yard at Big on Bloor is an initiative joined by PULP Reclaimed Materials Art and Design and Senaya Design. We're partnering on this. And what we're doing is we're inviting activity groups to create free interactive activities and art installations.
This is just a cardboard tube
that you roll carpets on, actually, so it's very structural. And we're trying to take this reclaimed material that usually gets tossed away or recycled, which is actually downcycled, and we're trying to create architecture out of it. Last year we created 8 pavilions out of this material using plywood joints.
Show us how it works.
Well, the idea is not to use glue, right? Wood is a wonderful material, but if you put glue on it, it kind of defeats the purpose. So it's like children's blocks.
Yeah, I don't do very well at those types of blocks.
And then you can just slide it right in there.
And now we have?
And now you have a column.
Very good.
Right? So
and
a
you
set
built
of these
how
tubes,
many? 8 pavilions last year?
We built 8 pavilions. I think we're going to build 7 this year as well, using
so
colorful
cool.
waterproof fabric on top of them.
So you can come to this and play with what's there. You could bring your own stuff too, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're inviting everybody in Toronto, because you know what's great about Toronto? Everybody's an artist. So everybody in Toronto who wants to volunteer, help us make these cardboard structures, or wants to create a reclaimed material art installation of his own, or wants to create an activity in our little activity hub on Brock Street, is invited to give us a call. Just look us up.
Nice. And now what are we looking at here? This is part of the pavilion building, right?
Yeah, this is part of the pavilion building. These are some volunteers from Big on Bloor helping us create these pavilions. These are the activities themselves. Okay. So we have all sorts of activities, like there's going to be a film group who's going to show up with a sofa and film people. We have a poetry reading. We're going to have some music shows. We're going to have all sorts of art interactive activities for people. So there's really a lot to come and see.
Now, what's that, Carla?
Okay, this is Julius Mappel, and he is one of the artists in the BAAF. He's going to create an entire installation out of cut paper. He attended the Ontario College of Art, and then he did the MVS at U of T. And he comes not only with his friends, but also his family, his mother, his grandmother, and they start from scratch. And you can see the wig that's on his head is all made out of paper. So he will create an entire art environment starting Saturday morning, and it will be complete by Sunday night.
So it sounds like a very interactive. I mean, you can come and watch somebody else do the work. You can come and do the work yourself. You can get involved in so many ways. Definitely bring the kids, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
All right, so remind us where and when again?
Okay, so it takes place July 19th and 20th on Bloor Street West between Dufferin and Lansdowne.
You got to go. bigonbloor.com/festival, and all the information is there. More information on the card yard and all of the great activities that you talked about. Thank you both for being here today.
Sure.
Well, thank you.
After the break, we're going to talk about Matthew House Refugee Reception Services, Toronto. Right on.